I felt like that post was so good. It was so good. It was so good, man. It was so good. That post was so good, bro. You can send me a DM, or you can reach me at my email, the taboo table talk at gmail.com. It's the same as the, yeah, without the S, because the original page was without the S. So the taboo table talk at gmail.com. If you want to do via, um, oh, let me,
Yes. So here's the thing. Nice to meet you. But I also have a network, Vault Network, on here. So I have another podcaster as well, and her podcast is called Menage a Trois with Nikki June.
mhm.
So either have you come up and shoot the shit in my little toxic seat, or hop on with my girl Nikki June. Cause yeah, I was watching your content. I was like, oh, this shit I'm liking this information. So I didn't know. I figured that maybe it was like more than one of you that
Mm-mm.
was running it.
Just me. Just me.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, yeah, I mean, you said toxic. See, I'm not toxic. I try not to be unless I'm giving dick, you know?
See, so now you're perfect for toxicity. It's that statement right there. Is that statement right there. I only call it toxic because a lot of times people don't like hearing the raw, uncensored truth of things. You know what I mean? And we're
Uh,
giving straight meat
uh,
chaser over there. So that, oh, that's toxic. You're toxic. Because you said his dick has to be a certain size. You're toxic. Because, no, I'm just being honest.
um, it was a post. Oh my God, I just saw it. Something, check it, on it. I forgot the name of the fucking. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, on site is the name of the Instagram page. It's a big, I
Yeah,
guess.
I follow them.
They had posted something talking about like basically the average size of the penis in the past 40 years has like
Increased by
dramatically increased.
24%. I
Yeah,
definitely read
yeah, yeah.
that. I was like, what?
And I said in the comments, I said because like if you think about it, natural selection is just like people breeding out specific
That's exactly
genetic.
what I said. I said it's because of mixed breeding.
Right, right, right. And I wouldn't even say mixed breeding. I would say that like specifically women are choosing to have babies by big dicks or good dick. I was watching
Mm.
I was I was watching this guy. He has these sit downs where like the person is just sitting on the couch. He's behind the camera. He asks the questions, and then like you get their perspective on things. Anyway,
So, do you feel like women's standards are too high?
Somewhat, yeah. Going back to me and my best friend, like we have conversations all the time about dating people that we're not used to dating. Like I'm used to dating, not me, like just saying in general. You used to dating somebody that's 6'1", that's built, that drives a nice car, But where has it gotten you?
How do we move forward from that? Because the other thing I've been telling women is like your friend, for instance, like if she keeps on fucking dude A and getting a good dick or whatever, she's gonna have a good dick baby who's gonna have a low IQ and a dad who's not around. And that's the best, because ultimately, like I say this to women all the time. If you're not willing to potentially die to clone this man, why are you fucking him?
he was basically talking about like how a specific gender chooses people based on good dick and not like good qualities as a person. And he's like a lot of y'all are out here having good dick babies instead of good men babies.
Okay,
Like, are you?
I can explain this.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out. If I don't want to, okay, we'll keep it tight in there. If small dick dudes are liars and big dick dudes are liars, like if you're gonna run into a specific character, like regardless, a personality trait that is not appeasing to females, regardless, then you might as well go after what you want and not settle for what just comes to you. Because either way. I've dated fat, small dick dudes, and I've dated tall, big dick dudes. And if they lie, they lie. So why settle? Either way, you're gonna get hit with some BS.
Um,
And at least I'm having an orgasm in the process, which keeps you a lot calmer.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. The second that you start throwing real dick is the second you start seeing the mental capacity just dwindle.
Like, imagine somebody not taking you there and then they play you for stupid. Like, the audacity when I gave you a chance, an opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I think he had a point with saying like if you're choosing a specific guy, okay, he specifically chose these words. Let me backtrack. He said, if you're having a baby, you have to decide, because women are the ones who control who gets born and who doesn't, right? And if you're willing to have a child, you have to decide in your mind, am I willing to clone the guy that I'm sleeping with? Because it's going to be his genetic material, which is a copy, right? It's going to be mixed with yours, but if the child comes out looking just like him, it's going to be his clone, right?
Yeah.
So you have to think like, am I willing to clone this guy, or am I willing to just have one night with him? And then you have to really think like, am I having good dick babies, or am I having a good man baby? Like, and I just thought that was an interesting point. Like, y'all having good dick babies instead of good man babies.
But the reality too is there's also the situation where you want your children to be set up properly. They are little people that have to grow up too. And sometimes people don't think about those kinds of things. My last child was a girl. I said, please, Lord, let her have my booty and not her dad's. Right? Because eventually she's going to grow up to be a grown woman. I don't want her to have a pancake butt. It's cute on him. It ain't cute on no girl. So that's what I mean. Like, there are bigger components here. Like, yeah, that's true. But
I mean, because ass to me is not all it's kicked out to be, man.
That's true.
To be honest, as I'm getting older, it's like I had to really, I had to sit down one day and was like, I used to, because one of the things I hate, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna start doing this. If I ever hold a episode with somebody and I'm having a discussion, the rule is going to be you cannot use the word depends and you cannot use the word both.
Both?
Because both. Like, all right. So if I give you, do you want a tall, handsome dude with a lot of money, and a little dick, or do you want an average looking guy, average wage with a huge dick? And then chicks will say, well, it depends. Or chicks will say, well, I want both. No, you can't. Either or.
I'm going to pick one, and then I'm going to explain why, but it's never going to be both.
Right. Well, but a lot of the times you hear that both shit, and I'm just like, if I asked you a question and I wanted you to select both, there would be no point to ask the question. I want you to choose one or the other, not both, because that defeats the point of the question.
I get it. I definitely get it. You said tall, rich, and small.
Right. Right. So what I was basically saying was like, when I think about when I had to sit down and think about like, ass or titties, I used to say, yeah, I'm a shape guy. I love both. But like the world, you can't have it all. Like, you just can't. It's impossible. You can't be a millionaire and have all the free time in the world, unless you're fucking Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
And we don't have Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like,
something a lot of people always forget. Like, if you want a man that has money, then you want a man you don't have a lot of time with, because it's not going to happen both ways.
Exactly.
He's got to be in the bacon to bring home.
Exactly. But like, I sat down and I thought about it. I was like, ass or titties. And when I was young, I was like, oh my God, ass. Right? But I also chose ass and titties, like chicks who had both, maybe a bit of gut, but both. But if I really had to like dissolve it down to one or the other, I like titties, man. Ass is nice. Ass is nice. It's nice. But if I had to choose, I'm staring at titties way longer than I'm staring at ass.
That's hilarious.
Like,
I
like I
get
can appreciate this aesthetic of some pretty ass titties versus I don't know about like a pretty ass. Eh. Shape might be nice, but pretty. Titties can be pretty.
yeah,
Ass, I don't know if
ass
ass
is
can be pretty.
just fat. That's it. Like it's not
Right,
like
right.
yeah.
Like a pretty ass would be like the rarest thing ever. Like a pretty ass would be like an ass with no blemishes, no cellulite, no wrinkles, no nothing. Perfectly smooth, Botoxed booty, right?
See, but I feel like that to me makes it less attractive. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I like girls, I like guys, whatever. But to me, that would be less attractive to see a perfectly built individual because it's like unless you're Eddie Murphy's ex, the chances are slim.
Oh, you
Everybody's not
talking about
physically.
Nicole? You talking about
Yeah,
Nicole Murphy?
like if you went to the gym and that's your gym body, that's fly. But a female that's just getting it sculpted, it's like, okay, I guess.
So yeah. My point still, I just feel like it's a greater probability for me to view some pretty nice just jugs and just village feeders. Just it's this porn star. Her name is Advore or something. Advoree, I think. She has the prettiest. Oh my God, they're so pretty.
Let
And
me get
like they're not your idea. They're not your idea of what like if a guy okay, so let's put this to the test. Me as a man, when I view pretty titties, what do you think I'm seeing? Like if you had to describe it.
I think like the shape and the height of them.
What do you mean height?
Like where if a bitch look in the mirror, she can still see her nipples.
No.
Because they start to
No.
over.
No. My perfect idea of titties is actually this is I love okay, so if I were to see like breast implants, my favorite breast implant is actually the low profile. So you have the high profile that are sitting actually on the pectoral muscle. I know this because I've watched too much shit. So you have the ones that are sitting high on the pectoral muscle. Those are like the ones that Cardi B got. They look hard and they just sitting there, right? Then you have mid profile. They kind of look like they fake, but like they look a little bit more realistic. And then you have the low profile. Low profile is the ones that have like the droop and then they're heavy on the bottom. I like the low profile. Now, if I were to translate that over to natural titties, the chick who I'm talking about, the porn star I'm talking about, this right here is kind of like, it's not bubbly. This part on the chest is not bubbly. This part is more flat and it's more like a teardrop shape. And they don't sit all the way up. Like pretty titties to me look natural. They fall. Like they not like flat pancakes on the chest, but like they have a bulbous bottom and they're more teardrop shape. So like that's the perfect titty to me.
What
Like
about
the perfect titty, huh?
what about areola?
Areola to me, so I am this is pure
Yeah.
subjective. In my opinion, areolas that are like perfect to me are the ones that have the hard defined line. The ones that are kind of like
Pink splattered.
hmm?
Pink.
Yeah. No hard lines. They just look like somebody was like,
Yeah.
like on there. Those is the ones I'm like,
You like all right.
And I've seen like the breast augmentations where the chick had the paint splatter boob, and then they cut the areola in a perfect circle, and then they like lifted the boob, and then they put the fucking areola in the middle of the titty. Bro, that is the worst job ever. Like it has because if you lift the titty up, you'll still see the
Splatter.
the splatter from the previous areola that they removed from, and then you'll just see a dark circle areola in the middle of the titty where like, yeah, and it's just
Now
like
she got a line saves a birthmark
on both
on both
titties.
titties. I got a double birthmark, 2 titty birthmark.
Double birthmark. Highly unlikely. But
But it is. Listen, she got to play it off because he'll be like, "Why you got splatter around the circles?"
no, well, not even around the circles. The splatter would be on the under titty.
Oh, because they lifted it.
You're right, because they pointed more down, so they lifted the titty and they put the areola down, like more down, and then the repatching of the areola in the center. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm not a big fan of breast surgery. I'm just not,
I think
because none of the shit.
like when you get like a breast lift, like when you get a titty lift, I think that's a little more different because you're just like giving a little more oomph. I don't know why I'm grabbing my titty at the same time, but you're giving a little more oomph. You get what I'm saying? Versus just adding to it.
Mm. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with like surgical augmentation because I think it messes with your natural body lines. Like, cause your body has lines. Like I always looked at my nose and I was like, you know what? I should like get it smaller. And then I looked at my face.
Like,
I looked at my face to the side
mm-hmm.
and I saw that if I took away my nose, it would look strange because it would look like something's missing. Like, because the whole shape of my head, right? The whole shape of my head, if you were to take the nose away, it would look weird. I would look weird. I would look alien. And I was like, yeah, so I'll just leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
They're saying
I don't want to fuck
years.
You said what?
They get dick implants. They're saying those last up to 3 years.
You know, I think I should post that post again. I think I should. I should post that post again. So I actually did some research and I spoke to a surgeon that actually does the penile surgery. And I annotated everything he said. And I think I had videos, but I don't know if I can upload the videos because the videos are not like the actual penis. It's more like a 3D thing where like you actually see them and you see where they cut the penis and then the penis part will fall down, the penis and the testicles, and you get to see like the arteries and the tendons and stuff, and you get to see like the way they attach them.
Have that in video form too?
It's in video form. That's what I'm talking about. It's in video form, but I don't think I can post it.
Send it to me. I gotta see it. I love documentaries and things.
And the reason why I don't think I can post it is because it's a penis.
Yeah. I don't even know
if it was
like to post it if it was just in diagram form, but you could see the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, like when you talk about like the transitioning surgeries, the male to female one that I saw wasn't actual individuals in the surgical room. It was like, but it was not a cartoon version, but you know what I mean? And they still probably be like, nope.
So, see, and that's the thing where like, because I'm not really a medical page, so I can't really say, oh, this is my content.
Mm-hmm.
This is my type of content, because then they're gonna go to my page and be like, no, you're capping.
Yeah,
you're capping. You're capping. Like you just wanted to post a penis, and it's just like, no, I didn't want to post a penis, because there's two different surgeries. So there's the surgery where, all right, so you know, like the penis itself is actually double the length what you see on the outside. It's just like the clitoris. The part that
what you call it?
Huh?
Never mind. Go ahead.
The part that you see hanging out, like on a clitoris, like the part that you see hanging out of the hood, that's only part of the clitoris. The rest of the clitoris, even the shaft of the clitoris is even longer. And then you have the feet, the curus, the bulbus, all of that. Like the penis is the same way. The only difference is the clitoris isn't attached to the pelvic bone.
Okay.
It's not attached to the pelvic bone. Ours is attached to the pelvic bone. So like the part that you see hanging out is only part of the penis. That's why when you feel a penis and you go to the testicles, you still feel like penis muscle up under the testicle. right? Because that is still part of the penis. And even it goes all the way to the rectum. And all of that is attached to the pelvic bone. So what they do is they cut like a Y shape on your pelvis, like the part right above your penis, your pubic mons, that's what you call it. They cut a Y to create more skin surface. They don't just cut a
So it's almost like
a straight
pushing back the pubic bone to make it appear like there's more length when the length
no 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 no
was already.
no. What they do is they cut a Y, so it's more skin to pull. Like, because if you cut straight down a vertical cut, you only have two things to cut. If you cut a Y, you have three amounts of skin that you can cut and pull and tug and shit. Anyway, so they go in, they go behind the penis, they go up to the pelvic bone, and they kind of like etch off parts so it's longer, so more falls off of the pelvic bone.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I think I do.
So like it's attached, the penis, so like say this is the regular length of the penis. What they do is they take a scapula and they etch off parts that's hanging off of the bone, so you get more penis. But the thing that they can't do too much. They can't do all of that because the penis wouldn't work. it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work anymore. So they only do like a couple millimeters, or like maybe a centimeter and a half. So that's about how much you gain in length, right? I think I've seen the most that they've been able to do is like 2 centimeters, which is like an inch. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. An inch is actually 2.5 centimeters, so that's not even quite an inch. So anyway, you get, in appearance, you get more flaccid penis, more hanging penis when it's soft, but when it's hard, it's the same
thing.
Because here's what it is. All right, so all the penis that is attached to the pelvic bone is not made the same. The part that's sticking out actually has cavernosas and like cartilage that allows it to be straight and hard. So the part that's attached to your pelvic bone is not that, it doesn't have those same components. So the part that can only get hard is the part with the actual hardware inside of it.
Okay.
So
that's the reason
why you're not getting
that, because by that point that's not even the functioning particle or part of the penis.
Right. So, pretty much you get the same hard erect penis size wise. You just get a longer flaccid penis, and the longer flaccid penis is not like, you're not going from 3 inches to 12 inches. You're going from 3 inches to 3.4 inches. So it's not worth it. It's not.
It's the same thing.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
What about when they do the implant? Because that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a guy.
Okay.
So there's a guy.
All right.
I don't know if you've heard about him.
So the implant is like.
This guy did himself so much he can take care of himself, if you get my drift. And it's functional.
Let me actually do some arts and crafts real quick.
All right, let's go, Barney.
Okay. All right. So the implant is more so shaped like this, more like a triangle. I didn't really do it that well, but more like a triangle, and it's literally shaped like this. It's like a elliptical shape, right? So what they do is they put this in the penis, and it gives the penis looks so weird. It looks so weird because they put this part in the penis and literally gives your penis like a cone shape, like a caution cone shape. And it's just like, it makes it fatter, but it doesn't make it longer. It just makes it fatter. And I mean, I guess that's good, but like in the long run, huh?
And him and his boys are like getting these implants, and that's why I said they last. I think these are like some kind of like fillers, almost like booties that make that.
No. Oh wait, you talking about something different? I don't know nothing about, like, because they use fillers for like surgery, like not surgery, but like re reconstruction of like face. Like for people who want to get like the bridges of their nose fixed, 'cause I have like the Arabic, Middle Eastern, whatever nose. So like if you want this to be straight, what they do is they inject a filler in here and it'll make this straight, right? It'll make this straight. And they just it's like a thick saline and it doesn't dissolve for like 6 months, 3 to 6 months. And it basically makes this whole thing straight. And they can do the same thing with like your nose. They'll put some in the middle of the bridge of your nose and they'll bring it closer together and it makes it look like your nose is thinner, like makeup kind of sort of. But you're talking about like filler like that. And they do the same thing with your jawline. They'll inject it in your jaw and they'll mold it out to where your jaw is like super straight and like
fine.
Yeah. Like I get why they would do something like that because it's dissolvable. But who the fuck wants needles constantly injected in their dick every 3 months?
These things, they look so abnormal. And like I said, I had to see the videos on Twitter. You know, the name is AJ's Toxic. And so I had to see the video of this man handling things, if you get my drift.
You said AJ's Toxic?
AJ's Toxic. But that wasn't on my Twitter. That was on, I went to Twitter to see him.
Oh, okay. See, I was about to go to my Twitter to pull it up.
You're not going to see anything there but just toxic advice. But literally caught me completely off guard. I was like, oh, shit. Like, this guy's really a finisher. Completely caught me off guard.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And then I've recently came across some new material that basically says you can get a larger penis if you pump, but it's not what people think. So like people think you use a pump. Okay. So the original purpose of a pump,
literally just for erections momentarily.
Right. The original purpose for a pump was actually just to get your penis hard, right? Because before Viagra, they actually used the pump in medicine. They would prescribe these pumps to people who had erectile dysfunction because it would allow you to get a hard erect penis without medicine. And then after Viagra and Cialis was developed, they kind of like they sold the patents to like the sex industry.
Okay.
And then the sex industry, they didn't have to be medically correct. They didn't have to. They could just say, okay, this can make your dick 12 inches. You're 4 inches, it can make your dick 12 inches, which is a lie. But I came across this lady. I cannot think of her name right now, but she basically has a series of like medical grade pumps, and like they're all different sizes. And the pump itself, like the trigger pump, actually has a gauge on it, like numbers. And literally, like she's like, I have a program that you can follow that will get you a girthier, bigger penis. It's not going to be like, you're not going to go from 4 to 12 inches. That's not going to happen. But you're going to see a sizable difference. But it's a 12-week program. You can't masturbate for 12 weeks. Most niggas is not going to do this shit.
Couldn't be me.
They're not going to do it. So you have to pump for a certain amount of time. You have to be on a schedule. You have to do it like twice a day. Pump, let it stay erect for a certain amount of time. You can watch porno to stay erect, blah, 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 whatever. Pump, stay erect, and then let your penis go flaccid. Do not touch your penis. And then after it's flaccid, do a massage for like 5 minutes and keep that regimen. And then like you have to go to by specific number. So say this week you got up to 6.1 psi. Next week you're probably going to go to 6.2, and then so on and so forth. You're going to be on like a staggered program. And more times than not, she says she sees a lot of the times with these guys that she gives this implementation to is they'll like, I can do 8.1 instead of 6.1. Pump, 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 pump. And then they end up blowing their fucking veins out. and then they have deformants in their penis, and their penis don't work a certain way, and so guys are not following the steps. If you follow the steps for 12 weeks, then you'll see it. But like, most guys are not that patient. They want to go past the fucking point.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, if you want to, I can give that instruction to people, but if you're not going to do it right, then you're not going to see the results. And most people are not patient.
Big Rico, we're talking about like body enhancements and things like that. And so I asked the question about when men get their penis enhancements.
So if you don't know what a blowed out vein is, then you know what varicose veins look like. You know those veins that look all crazy, they look all squiggly, and that's a blown out vein. More times than not, when you go get like varicose vein surgery, removal, whatever, what they do is they either go in and they remove the vein, or they'll inject the vein with something that basically dissolves the whole vein.
That sounds so dangerous.
I mean, these are medical professionals. So, I mean, and then with your vein,
100%, everybody has hiccups.
With your veins, one of the things about your veins is that they're redundant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your arteries are not redundant because your arteries take the blood from your heart to your arteries. So they're the most important. That's why if you cut an artery, it shoots really fast.
Yeah.
Veins are redundant because the blood flows slower back to the heart because it's deoxygenated blood. That's why when you look at veins, it looks blue because the blood is deoxygenated. It is blue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why like you look at your arm and your veins look blue, but if you cut it, the blood turns red because the oxygen rushes to that blood and it oxygenizes it. But like your blood is blue in your veins because the organs have taken all the oxygen out of that blood, so it has to return back to your heart and your lungs to be able to get that transfusion of oxygen to be able to revitalize it. Anyway, your veins have redundancy. So for every like organ or every body part or every section of your body, you have two veins that run to that area, two identical veins. So if one of them blows, you can blow that one. You can get rid of it, and you'll still have venous flow back to your heart. For your arteries, that's a whole nother story. If an artery goes bad,
You're in trouble.
They have to do something serious. But like veins, you blow your vein out in your dick, you're okay. Your dick won't look the same and it won't act the same again because you've kind of affected it. But it won't be the same as if you took out an artery in your vein. I mean, in your dick. Where your dick you won't ever see an artery on the surface of your skin because arteries are much deeper into the level of tissue. Veins are more superficial. They're more like you can see them on the surface. That's why if you see a veiny dick, it's just veins. It's not arteries.
So when somebody has like almost like an indentation on their penis, that means that they blew a vein. Like, and I don't know. It's hard to explain because it's going to sound really. But
no. A blown vein looks like basically like a varicose.
Vein. My bad. What'd you say?
A blown vein looks like a varicose vein. It looks like all like a EKG chart. Like it's just
all over
everywhere.